Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to FortuneKnitt Creations. I'm Kim, and this is a channel where we talk about everything crafting. So from amigurumi to weaving and anything in between, if you like crafting and creating, stick around because we're probably going to talk about it. Today is another episode of Coffee with Kim, and we're going to be a little creative today. So I'm really excited. So I told you the other day, oh, my hair. I told you the other day that I've made myself a daily agenda. Okay, so I'm going through, all right, I cleaned the craft room in the hallway. I'm going to do coffee with Kim. So I have to work on my stitch tutorials for my homage to Crystal. So I was trying to kind of ease out of it this morning because I didn't really feel like doing it, but I knew I had to, and you got to stick to it. So, I'm learning the extended treble. First, let me say I don't like the treble stitch. There's just too many loopy-doopy dupes going on, and I don't like it. But I did it, and it has its place. I mean, it has its place. I know a lot of the patterns that I learned from Crystal has the treble, and now the extended treble. So at least I'm familiar with it. And those of you that don't know, it's just a regular, here, I'll show you. So you loop around twice, you go in, right? And then you just go one, then you do a regular treble, okay? Oh, I'm not even in the camera. Sorry about that. Let me try that again. So you wrap around twice, go in, pull up, then you go 1, 2, 3, and that's a treble, okay? For the extended treble, you wrap around twice. Fix this. Wrap around twice, you go in, draw up a loop, and then the difference is for the extended is you just go the first one and then you do a treble like normal. So that's an extended treble. Okay. Since I don't like the treble, let me put this back up where it belongs. I don't know if bored is the word, but I don't like it. I don't like the treble stitch. So I'm like, well, what if I yarn over twice, okay, yarn over twice, go right back into the stitch I was just in, draw up a loop. I got butterfingers this morning, so, all right, so you see, so you twice, go right back into the one you just did, draw up a loop, okay? Yarn over, go into the next one, draw up a loop, and then you just do 1, 2, 3, and then go through the rest. So it's kind of like a treble with a big bottom. All right, let's try it again. 1, 2, go into the loop I was just in, draw up a loop, yarn over, go into the next one, draw up a loop, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4. I kind of like that look. I mean, if I could hold the camera lower and be more comfortable, let me try it one more time. So you go around twice, go into the loop I just was in, drop, or into the stitch I was just in, drop a loop, yarn over, go into the next one, draw up a loop, and then just go yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, yarn over through the last 3. Into the same stitch, yarn over into the same stitch. And if you guys really want to see this, I can do a tutorial on it. Again, I'm not sure if I'm making up stitches or if I'm just realizing there's other cool stitches out there, but you can see the difference between the regular treble on the bottom and then my big bottom trebles. I don't know what else to call them. These I like. So, again, let's see if I could do it so you could see it really good. Okay, so you yarn over twice, go right back into the stitch I just did, draw up a loop, okay? Then you're going to draw up a loop, go into the next stitch, okay? And then you're just going to do it like you would a regular treble, except on the last one, you're going to pull through all 3. if I'm annoying you by not showing you clear enough, I will do an actual tutorial on it. But I don't know, I think that is a prettier stitch. You can see the difference. The bottom's a little wider. I think I got something here. And obviously, if I'm not holding my arms up in the air like a weirdo, it goes a little bit quicker. So tell me what you think of my new stitch. Like I said, it's my new stitch, but I don't know if it's already out there with a name. I really like it. I might add that to my whip is my new poncho that I'm making. I might add that in there. Check it out. So there's that. What are you guys up to? This is what happens when you get up at 1 a.m. It just is what it is. Speaking of my stitches, you can see behind me here, this tree that I had was a little too topsy-turvy, so I had to shore up the base of it. So I put another base underneath, and I will use that for some more, but some more swatches. But it just wasn't sturdy enough right then, so I had to shore it up. And I wonder where that saying came from. Shore up the sides. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, I needed to make it a little bit more sturdy so I can hang more swatches on it, because as we know, there are hundreds of them for me to learn, and obviously some that I'm going to make up. So I really like that stitch. The big bottom treble. So that's my contribution to the stitch world. I like it. Yeah, I'm definitely using it. Okay, enough of that. Oh, so I do have to go into the office today. I'm telling you, that's getting harder and harder. In my brain, I'm already retired. So it's very hard for me to get back into the mode of office and stuff like that. I did promise them I would help them hire and train my replacement. And I'm going to hold true on that as best as possible. So yeah, I have told all my clients, except for the one I'm going to see today, that I'm retiring, and again, great feedback. So today is the one where they're not only clients, but I've known them for about 30 years. So they're friends as well. So I'll be telling them, and that'll be that. We'll be moving on. Great news. I have exciting news. 424 subscribers. Just need one more, and I think it just popped up that I have one. One more to get 425, and then my goal now is 500. I know it seems like a big one, but you know, reach high, right? Set your goals high. So 500 by what? Excuse me. How about by Valentine's Day? That'll be my Valentine's present to myself, or your Valentine's present to me. 500 subscribers. So I've been super busy, you know, still ironing out the kinks and everything. I've got this room all straightened out, and things are within reach, and I like it. So I did actually have someone reach out to me and ask, what is amigurumi? Fair, absolutely fair. So actually they thought I was saying origami wrong, which in their defense, that, you know, it's me. And I could very well be saying something wrong. But amigurumi is when you crochet animals. So that was a llama. Here's the little hippo. This is amigurumi. Here's the the octopus that I made, Ollie. He's amigurumi. So that's what that is. When you're making animals, that's amigurumi. Although in your defense, and you know who you are, in your defense, it could have very easily been me mispronouncing something. So I also love the fact that there are people that don't know about the crafting world or about the crochet world, and they're watching as well. So I'm getting great questions about some of the terms we use and some of the reasons we do things. Like I was asked, if you're going to sell something in your Etsy store, why are you giving a tutorial on how to make it? And my explanation was, that's just how this community rolls. Some people wouldn't do that, but everybody that I deal with on YouTube, they give you your choice. Do you want to buy the pattern? Excuse me. Do you want to buy the pattern so you can make it yourself? Do you want to watch the free tutorial and make it yourself? Or do you just want to buy the finished product? Case in point is my hooded towel. I did a tutorial on it, and now I have the finished product for sale in my Etsy store. So there's a good example. My throat, excuse me, I do apologize. So there is a good example of 3 different ways, to get a project, to get how you do a project. A lot of us just love to share how we do it. I know I do. When I'm just messing around and all of a sudden I come up with something really pretty that I didn't expect to see or know or do, I can't wait to show to others, And then, when they ask me, how'd you do that? Can you show me how to do it? I can't wait to show them. And then there's also others out there that might not have the skill set in that, so they wanted to buy the finished product. So there's so many different ways to share our craft. It feels good to be able to do that. So all I need now is someone to share a craft with me on how to fix this. Yes, it is still sitting on my desk. I just haven't gotten back to it. I will not waste this yarn. I will be winding this yarn for the rest of my life if I have to. I will not waste this yarn. It is way too beautiful, and I want a hat made out of it. So I will sit here and I will do, what was that game? Cats in the Cradle? I will do Cats in the Cradle, me against gravity, and I will get this wound up. I still have the other one, and someone gave me a good idea. Wrap it on the back of a kitchen chair. I'll try that. I will definitely try that. That way I don't have to go through this with my other one. It is frustrating. I'm to the point now, there is no therapy in this right now. This is just, I want to get it done so I can go ahead and make myself a project with it. I can't even find the other end to start doing the other end. But, so that's happening. I did go on my treasure hunt yesterday. Got some pretty cool things. So I put them in a basket. So what I'm going to do is I have my treasure hunt baskets all around here. So over here are the ones that I've already shared that I need to figure out what to do with at this point. So am I going to upcycle them? Am I going to recycle them? Am I going to sell them in my Etsy store? Who knows? You just never know. I showed you these the other day, but I was just thinking. Anyway, and that's how my brain goes. Every once in a while, it's like, wait, take a look at this, do this, do that. So yeah, yesterday's haul was pretty good. The place was mobbed. I think because it was a holiday and a lot of people were off from work. Phew, I couldn't even get a cart. Oh, the humanity, I couldn't get a cart. So one of the girls, like I said, I go in there enough. She's like, what do you mean you don't have a cart? So she went in the back. They were actually using some of the carts to sort stuff. So they took their stuff out of the carts and brought like 3 or 4 of them out to the floor where people were, waiting for them. It was a good day. Yeah, I got some fun stuff. And then I also And I've told myself that I can wear scrubs. Now that I'm retired, I can wear scrubs. So I went to the section where the scrubs are. I couldn't do it. I couldn't buy them. So we'll see. For now, I'm gonna go with jeans and t-shirts, sweatshirts, and this if I'm cold. I couldn't do the scrubs. I just, in the back of my head, I heard my girlfriend saying, "You're not wearing scrubs. You're gonna be a grandma wearing scrubs." And I said, "Well, I'm gonna be a cool grandma wearing scrubs." And then I looked at them and I'm like, I'm not quite sure I can pull that off. So the scrubs stayed on the hook. I did find a nice pair of jeans though, so that's pretty good. Oh, it's starting to snow outside. So poor little Fritz. He's asleep on the couch right now because he had to go out earlier and his little feet get so cold. He runs out like, yay, and then he's like, ow, 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 mom, ow, and he looks at me like I can do something about it. I can't even get him those little booties that they have for dogs because his little feet are so tiny. Like they're smaller than my thumb. Unless I get them, remember the mittens you had when you were in kindergarten and they had the string that went through the jacket so you couldn't lose them? So if I get him that concept, if I make him one leather shoe that goes up over his shoulder onto the other one and they hold each other on, maybe that would work. I don't know. But don't think I'm gross, but I do have the potty pads as a backup for him. I mean, he's so tiny. It's actually less of a mess for him to potty on a pad than it is for the cat to go in the cat box. So there's my life comparing potty pads to cat boxes. But so I think I was telling you guys earlier that I was reading this book that was written by my nephew. And again, I'll put the link in so that we have it. Let me write that down because we know how I am. So link to book. And I always say I'm going to put a link in, and then when I post the video, I get messages saying it's not in there. I'm going to try to get better and see what I'm doing wrong. But anyway, so I read this book all the way through. Technically, I listened to it because I had it on audiobook. And there's just so much I learned. Like, my brain is going, oh my goodness, excuse me. You can do this, you can do that, you can learn from this, you got to do this, you know. So I actually thought of another business I might want to start. I got to do some research. But this book sparked so much thought in me. I'm actually going to listen to it again. Right now, I'm just going to start it over. I just finished it. I'm going to start it over. Because there's so much in it. And I love it. So I listened to that book. And then I was actually texting with my nephew. And the book, in case I didn't just mention it, is Side Hustle to Main Hustle to Millionaire. So he kind of tells you how to take your thoughts, your passion, your business ideas and make them lucrative, make money off of them. So I was talking to him about what I did the past couple summers selling my flower seeds. And he said he wanted to feature me in one of his videos on how I took his concepts and actually made them successful. So you'll notice on my channel that I did put a video up on how I took my seeds and something I love and how I actually made a little extra money on it. So if you're wondering why I randomly put that up there, my nephew asked me, his name is Ryan. Ryan asked me to put a video up so he could link his kind of like an interview about me to that video. So I'm excited about that. What a smart kid. Seriously, I've learned so much. Like, I can't wait to get back in the car and listen to it again because there's just so much going on in there. So if you do see that video, which actually turns into another thought of mine, that I'm going to do a playlist of FortuneKnitt Creations in the garden. Obviously, I can't do it right now, but I can do things like how you harvest seeds and how you plant them and how you store them and how different seeds get planted differently. And then I can show you how to dry them for arrangements, how you can dry out the seeds to use for the next year, stuff like that. So that will be a playlist of creations in the garden, Fortunate Creations in the Garden, something like that, because that is another one of the things I love to do. You will find me more often than not. You will find me in the garden in the summer. So I feel it's only smart to do some videos. I'll even do some videos out in the garden instead of in here, where you can actually watch me, weeding and take care of the garden. And, if I see a problem with a plant, maybe it doesn't look healthy, I will explain to you what I do, how I fix it, stuff like that. So another little branch of Fortunate Creations will be creating the perfect garden, or creating a beautiful garden. The door's randomly opening. No, my house isn't haunted. I'm guessing it's Stuart. And that it is. Stuart, come here. Come here. No, he won't come here. Anyway, the house isn't haunted. It's haunted by Stuart. So stay tuned for that. As the weather gets warmer, I will be adding more and more videos about gardening. So crafting and gardening and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. So, all right, I believe that will do it for this morning. I hope you had a good cup of coffee. I hope we had a nice visit. I did have quite a few people say that they like Coffee with Kim because it feels like we're all just kind of hanging out and having a cup of coffee with friends, which is exactly what I wanted this to be. Just kind of hang out with me, have a cup of coffee, start your day off or finish your day, depending on when you watch it, with a smile and a little bit of, thought process. So another way to say that is be creative. Have a great day. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow.